Welcome back. The ancient Christian communities of the Middle East are being decimated today by the forces of radical Islam. But it wasn't long ago that Jews were also chased out of Arab and Muslim lands where they had lived for centuries. Kufai's Mizrahi Project recently spoke to one Jewish man from Iraq who escaped and found a new life in Israel.
This is a memoir that I wrote after I retired. It took about 8 years to finish. And I called it The Journey of a Jew from Baghdad. My parents and my grandparents were all born in Baghdad. Our ancestors go back there for generations. I think I was really probably 10 or 11 years old when I decided if I could ever leave the country, I would leave it even if I have to live by myself. It wasn't really a good life. We were picked on. It was really not safe even to walk to school. We were beaten in the streets quite often. People were kidnapped, torturing. All of those things were things that we lived through and endured. Iraq had special laws for Jews, for Christians. Jews were not allowed to leave the country during my lifetime. It was only one time that the law was passed in 1950 to let Jews who want to leave the country to register within a year. And I left in 1951. I just turned 18 and I left by myself. In return, the Jews who did register, they want to leave the country, were stripped of their citizenship. And so there was no way for us to go to any country in the world because we could not have a passport. There was only one country that would take us, which was Israel. The Iraqis declared that all Jews who registered to leave Iraq have lost their right to their assets. And overnight, millionaires became paupers. They stripped us of our assets. And so when we left Iraq, we left just with our clothes on. Israel meant a lot to us. In Iraq, we always thought that the day may come when there will be a Jewish homeland where we could go and live freely as human beings, not walk with a label on our shoulder saying that we are Jewish or Muslims or Christians. Just be human beings, just accepted as human beings. Then I really wish that the world would really know the truth about the life in Israel. It's the only democracy in the Middle East. It's the only place where people can speak freely, can express their views freely, without being arrested, without being tortured. It was never true in Iraq. It was never true in any Arab country. My name is Dr. J. Daniel Kazoum. We were refugees.
Folks, be sure to check out more powerful videos like this by going to our Kufai Mizrahi Project website, which you see there on your screen. Well, up next, my final thoughts on Iran's moves in Syria and what it all means for you. It's The Watchman. It's Christians United for Israel, only right here on TBN.